I want to thank Rachel and Jim for being here as well. I think it does need to be a team effort, and it needs to start from home, like Jim said, because if we don't start it there, it's not going to continue on. School is another factor, community is another factor. All of these things play a role. If we don't do it in one location, it makes no sense. So it's very important that we all play, and I come into the picture as more making sure medically they're fit to do it, and warning the kids and the parents all the problems that can happen with the weight gain. Kids that are overweight and obese are going to become adults that are overweight and obese. And kids that start off in that category are going to have high blood pressure and pre-diabetes and high cholesterol. All those things start already. Pharmaceutical business takes care of the 18 and above. We have a hard time trying to even find medications to treat the high cholesterol, to treat the pre-diabetic patient as a child. So it's easier if we can work on the weight and scale it back down. So now we're not dealing with the cholesterol, we're not dealing with the sugars, and we're not dealing with the high blood pressure issues. You guys have been watching the videos, and you can see in between ages of 2 and 18, our obesity is at 17%. That is millions of children, 12 million children that are obese or overweight. When you go to your doctor's offices and take your kids for their physicals, and they tell you, oh, your kid is at this percentile on the height and this percentile on the weight. If your child is between the upper 85th and the lower 95th percentile in weight, they're considered overweight. If they are above the 95th percentile, they're considered obese. That is where it all starts. So we need to make the effort to start changing that, okay? And it is all based on height and weight, and all that plays into it is muscle, fat, bones, everything plays into those numbers. If you look at the modern society, if you just go home at about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoons when the kids get home and they turn the TV on, everything is food. Burger King, McDonald's, everything is ads for food. Fast food, non-healthy food, fatty food. Nobody talks about good cereals. Nobody talks about good shakes that are healthy for the children. It doesn't make them the money. So all of the ads you would see is geared towards that, okay? Even in simple things like milk, we don't need full fat milk. Only up to age 2 do children need vitamin D full fat milk for the brain growth. After that, it should be low fat milk. 2 years and above. But how much do people take into their homes? It's all full fat milk, okay? And I know it's hard to change a child all of a sudden from a thick milk and say, have this water looking milk. It's not easy, but do it gradually. Start mixing to the point that you will get into the skim milk and the fat-free milk when they don't know the difference, okay? My kids, if you give them vitamin D milk now and go, Mom, it's like syrup, I can't eat cereal. They didn't start out that way. They all had vitamin D milk before, and you slowly change it. Just like you take kids out of drinking formula at nighttime because you get all those dental cavities, I tell the parents, water down your formula to the point it's only water. And that's exactly how you do it with weaning off all the fatty foods. Now, give access to water. Don't tell kids, have water, and you're opening a can of Diet Coke. They don't get the message, okay? If you're going to tell them, have water, you need to have water at home. You need to have water outside. You can flavor it with a little bit of squeeze of lemon, whatever you need. Carbonated water is okay. They still get the feel of a soda, but it's not soda, okay? It's empty calories. It's empty sugar calories that the kids are getting, okay? We need to start paying attention. We need to start reading our little recommendations on the back of our cartons and food that we pick up to see what we're eating. Sometimes you think we're giving kids a bowl of cereal, it's a bowl of sugar. Why are we wasting money? Okay? We need to pay attention to what it is that we're doing. We need to do fresh fruits. We need to do fresh vegetables. We need to do greens. It's recommended children have anywhere between 2.5 and 6.5 servings of fruits and vegetables. I know not one of us do that here. Okay? We need to have a minimum of 1 to 3 ounces of whole grains. We don't do that. Our food is pizza. Our food, because it's easy, but that's empty calories. That's just starch and full fat milk cheese that has empty calories and nothing healthy. Okay? Unless we change that, we are going to deal with a lot more of diabetes and strokes and heart attacks and everything else that I deal with in the office. So it's important to pay attention. It's important to eat healthy. We need to get kids to get active. Okay? American Academy of Pediatrics recommends no more than 1 to 2 hours of TV viewing time. You know they're doing about 7 hours a day. Summer is coming up. Okay? If we don't have a schedule put together, it's 6 to 8 hours of TV a day when you're out of work. We do it because it's a little easy for us, but it didn't give them any activity. Okay? And it's important. They need to have at least 1 hour of vigorous exercise. They need to do aerobic activity. They need to do muscle strengthening. They need to do bone strengthening. All of those things happen at least at one, and it sounds like 1 hour is a lot, but they're getting this at school. So when they come home for the summer, start maintaining the same thing. And I know it's hard in the communities we live in sometimes. There's not a safe place where you can take the kids and go, okay, run around and be active and play with the other kids. I understand that. But we need to make an effort. We need to make and find time and a place where they can go get that minimum of 60-minute activity. Those are recommendations. And if we do those recommendations, then we can take down the mortality rate, the death rate that we get from all of this. So the bottom line for most of these sicknesses, besides hereditary, genes, and all those things, is weight. And that needs to be taken care of. And it's easier to do it as you start doing it and getting these guys into the community and Jim into the community to help people get healthy foods and encouraging them so we can get a healthy community. Thank you.